All right. Welcome, guys. Those of you on YouTube, we had some technical difficulties of getting live for some reason, but now it seems to be working out quite well. All right, it's finally time to take this trade that we've been waiting for. All right. Okay. So let me put this up for you. I'm sending a message to all my students. Just give me 1 second. All right. Let me send a message to all the students. Give me 1 second. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know. We had all sorts of technical difficulties going on this week, but we're live now. Okay. Just send a message. Let's go. All right. So looking for a short on USD CAD now. Okay. Let's see what happens with the price action here. Grab the straw, get some water. Okay. So we've had interesting price action going on. But since we've been away, we've had some amazing trades. So we had pound Japanese yen. We had an entry from here. Prices that hit the target, which was 151.24 at first. That was the first target. Now, second target, moving forward, we had a little bit more going on. All right, so the price has hit the target on pound Japanese yen as it should do, and it's still dropping. Okay, the idea was for the price to go for the monthly low right here, which it has just about reached, and I expect GJ to do more than that. But if you're in, I gave out USD Japanese yen yesterday, but I also gave out pound Japanese yen also. But the entry should have been perfect. So for those of you who are in, pound Japanese yen, okay, pound Japanese yen has very similar price action here. So welcome, students. I see some of you jumping on. Okay, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let me pull this up. All right, Dogecoin has done a heavy short, guys. It's time to really. I was in Doge for a little bit yesterday, but the price is really dropping now. So let me go right here. So we've seen that the price has broken past that area now for Doge. So it's time to get ourselves selling and getting ready to ride the wave. All right. Now I paused the challenge account just for a moment, but I'm gonna get back in. This is another account that I have. All right, but I'm in USD CAD right now. And as I said, for those of you live on YouTube, if you've been following all the videos, then you're gonna know what I've been doing. So if I go right here, so remember what I said. Now there was two options for USD CAD. I was looking for a short exactly at 125.707. This is the algorithmic level where I believe the price was going to stop out at. We're currently fighting that area, or the price is roughly around that area right now. So I've put an entry here. Now my stop loss is quite wide on this one, but my aim is to follow a strategy that I really love from a very well-known trader who turned, I think, $500 into 6 million. I can't remember his name right now. Okay, but he's an amazing trader from the 60s or 50s. Okay, and his strategy was to have a smaller entry when you start off with, and then load up as the price confirms the price action. Then you load up for the heavy one. So this is what I've done here. And so right now, all of the students, all of you should be in USD CAD right now. If you want the tighter stop loss to be fair, you can go for a stop loss. Now let me just check the H4. Now on the H4, we're gonna know in about 2 minutes anyway. On the H4, if the body of the candle stays beneath this wick, then we're good to go. If it doesn't, then you might have to widen your stop loss just a little bit. But for now, right now, you should be in USD JPY. I'm in aggressively short. I'm expecting the price to give us the short we want. If the price pushes higher, now remember the price action here, the anatomy of the price for us to go for a short is right here. Bam. So the anatomy of the price here is for the price to go short from this order block here. So a sell here. Now I never give out wide stop losses, but this trade is, even though is the top of the entry, what I'm doing is I'm using this entry to be able to have a map for the other entries. Really what I want to do, I'll use the H1 here and then I'll scale it down to the 5-minute, is this demand zone right here where my entry is at. This H1 demand zone is what's really keeping the price from dropping beneath where it is. So all we need, very simply, guys, very, very simple, is we need a break beneath this area right here. All right, apologies, guys. Here we go. So you can see from here, oil gave us the short. We had a drop from, here we are. We had a drop from 77, 76, all the way down to 71, as I said. Reason being is that this spike here didn't return to demand. Now we have a return to demand. So we have a very nice A, B, and C movement here. So we should be looking for a D. Now I expect oil to move long. It is giving us price action here that looks as perfect for what we would want. So I'm watching this area right here. We have a lot of accumulation here, but I expect the price to get past that and move forward from there. So I'm watching the price very carefully to see what we have going on. But oil's ripe to continue going long now, so I'll be watching to see the price action from there. All right. Let's see. But now it's time. All right, Bitcoin has got to 32, guys, now, by the way. So we've broken past the H4 area, so it's almost time for us to sell on every crypto now. So Be prepared. Be very prepared. All right. So okay, let's see what happens now. So here we go. So as you can see, guys, USD CAD is shorting now. So all we really need from it is for it to break beneath and give us this reflip right here. Once it does that, then we can go and continue. So if you got a better entry, you might have a better higher entry than me, but I expect the price to go short from here. And we've just entered into this swing now. As I said to you, we finally have the RTO that I was always hoping that the price would do. All right. So we have A, we have a B, and here we have C. So now it's time for the ride of the wave down to D. Okay, and I expect the targets to reach very far down. So this trade right now, we're in a very good position to take a trade now. And it's time to really take advantage of what's going on. So let me go to gold. All right, so as I told you guys, gold, I didn't trust it at all. Now you can see that it's gone past the previous high right here. And it looks like it's toughing it out to continue going long. So as I said to you guys, if gold is going to fill this gap, there's one way we're going to capture it, and it'll have to be a H4 close, which we don't have here yet. If you get H4 body close above here and then a return, then we can start talking about going for a long. For now, I'm just leaving gold alone. Now I did hit the target quite nicely though to get around about above 1810, but I'm expecting the price now to really be making its way up to the 57 mark. And really we want this gap to be filled at 54, but there is some highs above it. Really, we should see the price get to about 63, but 54 is like the main normal benchmark that we should go for. At the moment, the price is still struggling here. We haven't got a definite close. All right. I'm watching this area right here. Change the color. So I'll be watching to see what the price does here. Really, this is the key for us to see what gold wants to do. Now, there's still inefficiencies on the short side, and maybe gold might fill those at another time. But in reality, gold should be going well, strongly short. But we're only gonna know until we see what the price does from here. So I'm watching USD CAD heavily, and I'm gonna go through the rest of the charts. Now I'm not gonna trade everything. I told you guys, if you remember what I said, look at Euro USD. So it took a while for the price to finally arrive there, but remember this area right here I was talking about? You can see that the price has pushed very strongly long from this region. Now, why is that? As I said, guys, when it comes to the market, it's always the same thing. Even if the liquidity is seemingly strong, but there's no order block, never trust it. I told you guys. Now, personally, Euro USD, I missed the perfect entry. But if I go right from here, okay, remember what we said? We just needed the price returning to the other side of this, the D1 significance. Now, as small as this order block is very important. We had everything we needed here for the price to give us a short. And now you can see the price is going short straight to the target. Now, it took a few days. It took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days to get there. But it is a short of almost, as I said, 190 pips, as I correctly said. So I hope you can understand the accuracy of the price action analysis that I gave you. And if you caught it on YouTube, please leave a comment, let me know. If you students, if you caught this and that was your focus, then it was a fantastic trade. And now the price is reversing strongly. Now you can see on the H4 here, this strong reversal candles or these body of the candle movements here let us know that we have very strong demand at the moment. Okay, we've already broken this A to B structure here, which should have been a C here and then a continuing, but we've had a break here. And if the price closes above here, then we should be back on our way for a long. So the market is really heating up now. It's interesting to see it happen on a Thursday, but Wednesday and Thursday is usually the best day. Now, I gave UJ out as well. So USD Japanese yen, you should have been in this one. The price is absolutely shattered down. Okay, absolutely shattered down. It's amazing to see. Look at that. Look at that. What a movement. I gave you guys that one on the live yesterday. So if you missed it, you missed it. All right. But we'll see. Excuse me. So we're looking to see what's going on here. I expect the price to continue going short. It stopped inside of this demand area. And so if it breaks beneath here, then we're going to go for another ride down again. But this is very interesting how USD JPY has done this short, and all the other Japanese yen pairs have followed. So I'm intrigued to see if there's some Japanese yen news, or whether the Japanese yen has just decided for this time only to strengthen up a little bit. Now, usually the Japanese yen is weak against every other pair strategically because of trade, but right now it seems that we have the opposite going on. So let's see what else is going on here. AUD USD. So AUD USD is still continuing short too. Get down to the monthly. And as I said, here we go, guys. It's returning back to this first area that we're looking at. And I'm hoping to see more action. But AUD USD is reaching right about here. Okay, now not every pair that is paired with the US dollar is doing the exact same thing. So if I go to the weekly here, price has reached demand and it's still going short. And as we saw, Euro USD is going strongly long. I mean, there's a tiny bit of a long here, but AUD USD seems still heavily bearish. Now I'm upset with myself because I saw the entry, but I was just too focused on other stuff. But the entry was right here. The price returned back to the 50% level, so we got back into just beneath the equilibrium 50% point, and then the price has gone short from there. Now NZD USD is very similar. It's just that NZD USD was a bit higher, but NZD USD did the exact same thing. On the H1 here, we had the same demand orders on, where the price flipped it to return over the other side. So really that was the entry. Should have just taken it, and I watched this go in there too. Happened straight at 1 o'clock. Stop loss should be above here. The rest is history. It was a really good trade. Really, really good trade. Now I still think that NZD USD and AUD USD still have some shorting to do. From the weekly perspective, that weekly high has taken out all the other highs right here and is making its way down. So now I think it's time for the price to fill the rest of this bullish action here and return to demand. So I'm expecting the price to return right back to demand here. So let's see. Let's see if there's any trades for today. And I'm going to check CAD Japanese yen. Now CAD Japanese yen is shorting like crazy too. Now, because of what the Japanese yen is doing, I can't correlate it with USD CAD that well. I do know that CAD Japanese yen will go long. I think it's just trying to find an area of demand. And at the moment, the only area of demand right now that we could clearly see would be here. And the price hasn't reached here yet. So I'm going to go down to the D1. And let me go actually to the monthly and check where we are. Okay, so we're in a very interesting place. USD CAD Japanese yen and USD CAD, we may see some variation from the price action on both of them because of what they're connected to. The Canadian dollar is connected to the US dollar, so price action will be slightly different compared to CAD Japanese yen. But these trades seem to be so simple. I'm kind of upset that I missed quite a few. Just a simple H1 return here, and stop loss could have gone just literally a few pips above. Here we go. So look at the H1, guys. Look at this brilliant trade. This was such a simple trade, guys. Just a return here. Price spikes a little bit, but even if you got a stop loss just above here, that's almost 200 pips. That's crazy, man. Wow. Some really good trades this week. Some really, really good trades this week, for sure. Some really, really good trades this week. All right. Let's see what else is going on. So here we go, guys. The notorious Euro JPY, Euro GBP is going long. I expect it to push higher a little bit. I wanted to fill this gap that was left all the way back in May. Hasn't filled it yet, so I'm not touching it. Okay. Here we go. So look at, wow. Look at pound CHF. Price is dropping like crazy. All right, here we go, guys. So I think we're getting into a point where the market is really starting to provide some good trades. So let's see what the price is going to give. Let me go to Euro CHF. All right. All right, let's keep scanning through. All right. Okay. Every single pair has given such a good entry, but it was just there was so many good ones to choose from. Which one were you gonna choose? This is why it's good to focus. My eyes are still on gold primarily, and gold, this funny enough, has done the least of all of these pairs. Classic example of when you follow the rules, then the rules don't work out for you. But nonetheless, this is great. All of the pairs seem to be doing what they need to do. Okay, but as you can see, CAD CHF has done a heavy short compared to, which means that the Canadian dollar has lost strength against the Swiss franc. However, if I go back to my USD CAD trade right here, if you notice, USD CAD is not following suit. USD CAD right now should be doing an absolutely crazy low, but nothing's happening, guys. If you notice, if I scroll back up here, right, right now USD CAD is still pushing short. So if if you ever see that, then you have to understand that these technical differences are not based on just one pair, it's based on both pairs. The Japanese yen has an outstanding amount of strength right now against every single pair. Okay, against the pound. I guess if I pulled up Euro JPY, if I get Swiss franc Japanese yen, is almost about the same. Swiss franc Japanese yen actually kind of sustained it, so Swiss franc seems to be actually pushing against the Japanese yen. Let's go for AED JPY. Here we go, same pattern. AED JPY absolutely going crazily short. NZD JPY, same thing. All right, so you can see that the Japanese yen really is the main leader here for these Japanese yen type pairs. So we couldn't compare it. I couldn't compare CAD Japanese yen to USD CAD. The best I could use would be oil, because that would be getting down to the crux of the matter, which is what what drives Canadian dollars price or the Canadian dollar strength to go up and down. Primarily, will be how well the exports prices are at. The higher the commodity price, the better it is for the Canadian dollar. So, based on that, we should be looking for some sort of long on oil as well. So let's have a look at oil one more time. Now, I've gone through quite a few pairs. For the sake of this live session, I haven't been on because we had these technical difficulties, but I'm gonna stay a bit longer with all of you guys, and let's just have a look and see if there's anything else. All right, pound CAD, Euro CAD. Absolutely amazing movements, though. I must say, absolutely brilliant. It's another great one. And these ones started from night, which is interesting. Well, absolutely brilliant movements there. I told you that EuroCAD is not finished going long because there's imbalances in the price action and a lot of order blocks. So there was no way the price was going to continue going short for the whole week as it was looking to do. So, or last week. And, there's a lot of price action that needs to get fixed there. Let's see, Euro AUD is another amazing one. All right. So NZD CAD. Okay, that hasn't really done much. It's all right. Okay, but I think now it's time, guys. We're getting into the phase of the price action that we're looking for. I'm just scanning through to make sure we haven't missed anything. Now, USD CHF, after this price action here, I should have been a bit wiser because this one was quite obvious. We had a return to supply from that movement here. Should have just taken it. This was actually a great trade. After it did this movement here, the aim was to get in here, stop loss above, and then ride this baby down. But here we go, guys. The short has come. Let's see what happens actually with this market. I'm actually very intrigued to see what goes on. All right. At least we're in one of them. USD CAD has provided us an entry. I did say I'll focus on that. So if USD CHF wants to go, then let it go. But let's see what happens here. Okay. Now Euro USD, same things, pushing forward very strongly. So it's time now. We might actually get the gap fills that we want. So I'm going to keep my eyes on gold. Gold isn't really doing much, which is good for me anyway, because that means we don't miss out on everything. But USD Japanese yen, they're all gone already. USD CAD is only the one. There's the only one we have. So be ready, guys, for what we do now. Okay. I hope you guys on YouTube enjoyed. Now's a brief overview of what's going on